Hi, it's Louis. I'm meeting a friend for a concert later. I don't really know this area, but there must be a cafe or something nearby where I can wait. Yeah, this map doesn't really help. It shows where some cafes are, but I'd like to know some more information before walking over. I'll see if there's a review website that compares and contrasts cafes in the city. It'll be easier to decide where to go if I know how these places are alike and different. You know, writers can compare and contrast information to develop their viewpoint in rhetorical writing. Comparisons and contrasts can also help writers to achieve their purpose for writing. For example, a cafe owner might use compare and contrast to write a positive review of her own cafe to attract customers. Maybe I should just ask a local for a recommendation. The writer E.B. White compares and contrasts different kinds of New Yorkers. Let's see how White uses this strategy. That could help me decide which cafe recommendations and reviews to believe. In one part of his essay, Here is New York, E.B. White's purpose is to show who the real New Yorkers are, in his opinion at least. He begins by saying that there are 3 New Yorks, and he supports this by comparing and contrasting 3 different kinds of New Yorkers. According to White, there are natives who were born there, commuters who travel there each day just to work, and settlers who move there permanently from somewhere else. And White gives the same type of information about each group to make comparing and contrasting them easier. Let's organize the information from the essay. White compares and contrasts all 3 groups. For instance, all 3 groups of New Yorkers give the city something. But what they each give is different and unique. All 3 groups work in the city, but only natives were born there. And only natives and settlers are residents. White goes on to explain that while commuters travel a lot, they don't travel within the city nearly as much as residents or people who live there. White focuses on this characteristic of commuters for the rest of the excerpt to illustrate why commuters aren't real New Yorkers. He explains that the commuter is so focused on getting to and from work and working that there's no time for exploring or taking in the city. White uses contrast to develop and support his opinion about commuters. Reading about what the commuter doesn't see or experience is much more interesting than details about boring daily commutes. Commuters are really missing out. Both a native and a settler could have these experiences. So it's clear that the natives and settlers, or residents, are the real New Yorkers, not the commuters. I could ask a resident where a good cafe is, but I think I'll just start walking and do a little comparing and contrasting of my own. See ya!